and any other thoughts that you have about this movie. And
what about Sydney Sweeney? Let us know your thoughts.
Are you a lover or are you a hater?
Women opinion is only.
That part. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to Fictionally Unstable, because real life's not dramatic enough.
With your hosts, Jessica, Maciel,
and Lauren.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the pod. Today we're going to be talking about The Housemaid. Whether you've read the book or you've not read the book, the movie came out when?
December 19th.
December 19th. This movie has, I guess you would call it a pretty, well, I don't know, at least 2 star-studded cast members. The other people I didn't really know who they were.
Very well-known cast members.
Yes.
One way or another.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What they're well known for is up to your discretion. Okay. For cast, you have Sydney Sweeney as Millie Calloway. You have Amanda Seyfried as Nina Winchester. Brandon I don't know how to say his last name. Sklenar as Andrew Winchester. Michelle Maroney as, is that how you say it? Maroney or Marone?
I think it's Maroney because he's Italian.
Okay. As Enzo, and Elizabeth Perkins as Evelyn Winchester, and Indiana L as Cecilia Winchester. Lauren, you want to take us to the plot?
Yeah. Desperate to find a job, Millie Calloway becomes a live-in maid at the home of the wealthy Winchester family in Great Neck, Long Island. Her room is an attic. Her room is an attic room with a window that does not open and locks from the outside. Nina Winchester, the mother and wife of the family, shows signs of mental illness. Millie learns from neighbors that Nina tried to end her own life by overdose and her daughter Cecilia's life by drowning her when Cecilia was a toddler. Nina asks Millie to arrange a weekend in the city for Nina and her husband Andrew to see a Broadway play. Millie makes the arrangements only for Nina to claim she did not ask her to do that. Nina is not free that weekend, so Millie and Andrew secretly agree to go together after Andrew is unable to get the tickets refunded. Mm-hmm. After enjoying the play, Millie realizes she has missed many angry texts from Nina. She goes into Andrew's room to show him the text, and they end up sleeping together. When they return home, Nina finds a playbill from the Broadway show, leading to a fight where Andrew asks Nina to leave. She does, and Andrew and Millie start living together as a couple. One morning, Millie is preparing breakfast when she accidentally breaks the heirloom china set she was using. Andrew reassures her that it is okay, and she cleans up the mess and puts all the broken china in a plastic bag, only for him to later lock Millie inside her room. It is revealed that Nina is happy to be leaving and explains in a letter to Cecilia what happened. Early into their relationship, after a fight over her not getting her hair colored as she had agreed to, Andrew tricked her into going into the attic storage room, which would later become Millie's bedroom, and then locks the door from the outside. Keeping her captive, Andrew demands that she, before he let her free, Nina pull 100 strands of her hair out of her scalp with the follicles still attached. She was then left in the room with only 3 small bottles of water. When she finally did pull the hairs out, Andrew made her do it again, alleging one did not have the follicle attached. Andrew finally lets her go, bringing her a small drugged bottle of water she drinks quickly before running to see Cecilia. Nina then passes out, and it is revealed that Andrew staged it to look like Nina tried to drown her daughter and then tried to kill herself by overdosing. Nina had to go into a mental health facility for treatment and was not allowed to leave until she falsely confessed. Nina had intentionally hired Millie, knowing that Andrew would become attracted to her and leave Nina for her, and believed that Millie's prior manslaughter conviction meant she would be capable of protecting herself against him.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the present, Andrew tells Millie she's being punished for breaking and not washing the broken china. He tells her she has to cut herself 21 times, the same number of pieces of china was broken into, before she can be let out. After she does, Andrew comes in to let her out, but Millie stabs him in the neck with a cheese knife Nina stashed in the attic for her. After a struggle, she locks him in the room before forcing him to rip out one of his teeth. Meanwhile, Nina is preparing to leave for good, but goes back to the house to rescue Millie because of Cecilia's suggestion. Seeing a light on in the attic room and assuming that Millie is locked inside, she unlocks the door. Andrew attacks her and Millie, but Millie seems to escape. Andrew decides to kill Nina after she refuses to come back to him, but Millie appears and manages to push him over the edge of a spiral staircase, which kills him. Nina unscrews a light bulb and drops it on him to make it look like an accident while changing a light bulb. Investigating the incident, policewoman Jessica Connors notices inconsistencies in Nina's story, but as a sister of Andrew's first fiancé, she chooses not to investigate any further. Millie later attends another housemaid interview. The woman interviewing her says she was recommended to her by Nina and timidly plays with the knife set, revealing a bruise implied to have been caused by her husband. Millie replies by asking when she can start working. Mm-hmm. The end.
Yep. The end. I guess first thoughts on the movie version of this story.
I thought it followed really well to the book for the most part. Pretty much everything in there was how the book was to me. I don't care for Sydney Sweeney. Didn't like her character at all, or like her as the character at all. I thought Amanda Seyfried did really, really well, though, in her acting.
Yeah. I read the book and obviously saw the movie. So Sydney Sweeney doesn't play, I don't think she plays Millie well. Millie definitely has more personality in the book.
Okay.
Amanda Seyfried did really, 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 really good. And I think the daughter played that part well too. She was pretty funny. The husband, Andrew, Brandon Sklenar, did okay, I guess. He's supposed to be very, like, charming. I don't know. I think Amanda just kind of she overshadowed everybody because she did so well. But the one thing I didn't like is they didn't use Enzo's character at all.
At all.
And they use him in the book a lot.
So that was in one of the book versus movie differences. So I'll go through. My initial reaction was I liked it more than I thought I would. Because going into it, I'm not a big Sydney Sweeney fan, but I will attribute me liking the movie to it being Freida's story and not so much the acting, except for Amanda, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think also, too, when they revealed the first twist, so I thought the movie was pretty bland until it got to the first twist, which the first twist is when we find out that Nina had a plan all along to escape.
Yeah.
Because then it shows from her point of view. And then it started getting really interesting. I don't really like how it ended in the movie because it ended again differently than in the book.
Okay.
It was still fine for what it is. It's just, obviously, if you're going to read the book, you're always going to compare the two.
Yeah.
And it followed it pretty true. There are some missing pieces, but it's hard to, when you're reading or when you know a story from somebody's point of view, like you have to sell it more. And so the first half of the movie is supposed to be Millie's point of view. That's why it was like, it's very bland because you're questioning. So Lance watched it with me and he at first was like, what are we fucking watching? He's like, what genre is this? Because he thought it was going to be a romance because Sydney Sweeney's in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's a thriller. And then he was so confused with everything going on. But then he's like, he made a comment, I forgot exactly what he said, but he made a comment about how everybody like basically seems crazy and then Millie is like the normal one. But I'm like, but she had no personality. That's my issue. Like, absolutely no personality. Like, of course you find out at the end that she, actually killed someone and she hurt, she doesn't like men or just people in general, people that hurt people. It's mainly men though, that hurt women. So of course she'll come in and be the vigilante and shit like that. But Millie in the book definitely was like, had more pep in her step. And this girl, I was like, are you okay?
Being drugged.
Like, what's going on?
Well, even her interactions in the book too with like Cecilia and like, because Cece did not, like she was very off-putting to Millie. Like she didn't seem to want her around. Everything Millie did was wrong. they kind of like touched on that a little bit, but like their interaction was like one interaction. But that was a lot of like Millie's personality. Also, she's like from Long Island, like she's in like New York, so she's very like gruff in the book and very like of the streets, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, in this, it's like not at all. It's just like, oh, she happened to go to prison. Like there was nothing around her character that gave that energy.
Inkling. Yeah, I will say, I think Act 2 is where it started to get interesting with the first twist being revealed of Amanda, or not Amanda, Nina Winchester being happy that she got left. And then Act 3 was my favorite act. Because that's where all the crazy shit happened.
Yeah, that's the second twist.
Yeah. Okay, so let's dive into some of the book versus movie differences. And you guys, I got this off of the internet, so you guys can tell me how true this is or if there's any missing pieces. So some differences in characters and relationships. So like you guys touched on, Millie in the well, they're saying Millie in the movie was more reactive, forceful, and action-oriented versus in the book she was slower to anger.
No.
Opposite?
Reverse.
Things pissed her off. Like in the book, everything Nina did pissed Millie off.
Yeah.
And, like
Okay.
Millie would like push back on her
Okay.
way more than she did in the movie.
She didn't in the beginning, but her thoughts, right?
Yeah.
It was like a lot. So that's why I'm saying like the first act is all Millie's perspective, but we don't know what she's thinking. Like she literally is like, this Nina woman is off her rocker. What the fuck is wrong with her?
Yeah.
Not the whole like she's creeping, listening, and then she's kind of like looking at her weird. Like she could have had way more facial expression. She could have had more inner monologues that they could have shared.
I agree.
They had her narrate some of like, there were like 2 scenes where they had Sydney Sweeney voice over a narrative. So I was like, why didn't they just do that for basically the whole first half of the movie and just have her like narrating what's going on, her thought process, and then just showing what's happening?
Yeah.
Because that would have then been like the book.
Yeah. For Enzo, they said his role was significantly reduced in the film and that he was more of a love interest for Nina and a helper for Millie in the book.
That's true.
He didn't do shit in the movie.
Yeah, he just stood there.
Was it also true that he was the one that convinced Nina to go back for Millie and not Cecilia? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because her whole plan was with Enzo. Like it showed in the movie, he had like a bag and was like, "Oh, let's go."
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah. As like someone who didn't read the book and only watched the movie, I was kind of confused on his role a little bit.
Also, Millie tried sleeping with him in the book because she hadn't slept with anyone for 10 years.
I mean, he's cute.
Well, that's why they ended up getting a connection.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew how Andrew was, but that's how they formed their connection. Enzo and Millie.
Gotcha. They also said that for Millie and Andrew's romance, there was a quicker build-up and earlier affair in the movie versus a slower burn in the book. Was there a sex scene in the book?
No. She alludes to them having sex, but there's no sex scene.
Yeah, it
Unnecessary.
doesn't go into description about like their whole sex. It just is like, yes, they slept together.
How do you guys feel about the sex scene?
I thought it was unnecessary.
I thought it was unnecessary too.
Same.
And I laughed at, I wrote it.
And all the different positions they were in. I was like,
Yeah,
do we
I was
really
like, why am I
need to fucking do
seeing
this?
Well,
every
we're like, here we
POV
go.
shot.
Here's another fucking Sydney Sweeney movie.
Yeah.
Typical Sydney Sweeney naked. I said their sex scene when she says, "Take off my dress." Unnecessary line. They could have just
Taking off her dress.
like they could have just taken off her dress. She fucking mean.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. It was literally just because they had Sydney Sweeney. They're like, let's show her boobs at least one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to. Okay, and then last character, I guess, difference is that they're saying for Nina, her initial plan for Millie to kill Andrew is more explicit in the movie. So in the book, was like her plot different, or like was the outcome that she wanted different?
I don't think in the book she had, like, I don't think Nina's plan explicitly was for her to kill Andrew.
It was just more so
I
for
don't
her to escape.
I think it was just her escaping, and then
The killing.
I think that like when Nina was talking to Enzo, she was just like, oh, like she'll take care of herself or something like that. I think.
I think it's almost the same. It's just the fact that the way he dies is different.
Yeah.
He dies in the room. He doesn't die by falling down a staircase.
Okay.
He literally dies from the room, from pulling out all his teeth.
Out.
She doesn't make him pull out one tooth. She's like, she does the same shit that he does to her. And he also had her, it was Millie, right? Not Nina, the book thing.
Yeah,
that was Millie. Cutting. So the initial, the whole cutting thing, I was like, she could have died. Like, that was weird to me. The first initial thing when he put Millie in there was because Millie had left out books on the coffee table and didn't put them away. So he locked her in there and had like a stack of like
textbooks,
50 pounds of books, and said you have to rest it on your stomach for 2 hours straight or 3 hours straight or something like that. And that was it.
So that was like her first torture. So then and he made her do it multiple times, I think, because she couldn't do the full time frame. But for her, when she locks him in, she makes him basically like pull out all his teeth. It's not like 1, 2, whoop-de-whoop. No, and they find him in there with all his fucking teeth.
Yeah, because he had bled out. Because she also just left him in there. Like she didn't have any promise of letting him out.
So how do you guys feel about the differences in like, I guess the type of torture that he gave Millie? Do you think it was better in the movie, or did you like the book one better?
I think they could have just stuck to the book.
Yeah.
Because to me, especially because he was saying like 21 cuts in your stomach. Like she could have just died from that, from bleeding out. So I feel like it was too harsh to start. Did he have her do any more than that? Or was it just the one?
I think it was
like any more punishments
in the book.
I'll have to look it up real quick.
I was like, damn, he really took 1,000 steps up from making someone pull out their hair to literally cutting themselves until they bleed to death.
Yeah. And the way that she gets out is just a little different, but Nina leaves pepper spray in the room instead.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. I think they should have just stuck to the book though. I mean, I guess like the ending fight scene was like the climactic part for movie purposes.
I think it adds more to the thriller suspense nature for a movie.
For like a physical altercation.
Yeah, I think. It's just a little bit more, climactic, I guess. In my opinion.
It's just the books, but he makes her do it multiple times. She doesn't do it for the amount of time.
Yeah.
Because the glass... Oh, they're saying the glass is because she broke the china, right?
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Why.
That's right.
Yeah, the china thing wasn't a thing in the book.
Yeah. Okay. So those were all the major plot and scene differences you guys just discussed that people were talking about online as well.
Well, also too, so no, it's Cecilia. Sorry, Evelyn's the mom, right?
Yes.
Cecilia has a peanut allergy, supposedly. And there's something there's something in the book about that they left out completely. And that's like one of the major flip outs that Nina has.
So it was that was like the interaction part too with Millie, because Millie was going to make Cecilia something to eat. And so all she could find in there was peanut butter. And so she made her a peanut butter
and jelly
sandwich. And then Nina comes in, finds out, she freaks out, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're trying to kill Cece. And then it's also important because that was another way that Andrew would manipulate Nina, because he knew that Cecilia had a peanut allergy, but he would always keep peanut butter there as like a threat that he would like kill Cecilia if Nina did anything. Because Millie, from her perspective, was like, well, then why the fuck do you guys have peanut butter if she's allergic? So that was also another part that was important for like the psychological torture.
Yeah,
gotcha. So was the whole thing about like the juices of privilege, and also like the scene in Cecilia's room where she's like playing with her dolls was all in the book as well.
The dollhouse, I don't think is in the book.
I don't think the dollhouse is in the book.
Oh,
okay. The privilege thing, maybe like something like that. They also didn't mention too, because she would wear like very rigid doll-like clothing, and that was also because Andrew forced her to wear that.
Who?
Cece.
Okay.
So she would dress in like really proper clothing, like not kid-like. And it's because Andrew made her dress that way as like another control thing for Nina.
Do you see more of Andrew's mom in the book? Or not really?
No. The way they brought her up is the same way. Like,
gotcha.
That whole last line that she says, what did she say? What was it? The privilege thing?
Something about like having a good smile is a privilege, or like, because
Having
she
teeth
mentions
is
the
a
dental
privilege.
records of him missing a tooth, and like having a good smile is a privilege.
Yeah, that's like her only line. Like that's a thing.
Gotcha.
That's how she's mentioned.
Did it say in the movie that she used to torture him the same way? It didn't, right?
No.
So she did torture him in the book. It's revealed at the end that, I forget how exactly, but that Evelyn did the same thing to Andrew as a child. When he wouldn't do things, she would lock him in the attic and make him
I see.
do things.
So
I
that's where
think
he got
that's
his
when he
tendencies
had
from.
Millie locked up because he had surveillance cameras on her, like multiple, not just the one.
Oh, okay.
And he would talk to her through it. There was like more conversation, not like, hey, I need you to do this. Okay, I'll be back later. Like he would talk to her. So I think he told her about that then. Or it was either when she had him locked in. Because again, they both were torturing each other during that time. So there was a lot of dialogue that's missing.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else that you guys noticed different wise, or?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's go to some Reddit comments. In a segment I like to call Reddit Said It. Yes, I made that up myself.
TM.
Trademark. Okay. First comment is by username Musical Cats. They said it was better than I expected. I liked that it didn't seem to take itself too seriously either. To which someone replied, I loved all the dark humor. The biggest laugh by far in my theater was when he was standing there drenched in blood, missing a tooth, and said, can't we just sweep this under the rug? What did you guys think? Did you guys think it was better than you expected, or did it meet your expectation? Did it meet what you guys thought it was going to be?
I thought it was good, but it could have been better.
Okay.
I think when books are this is her like most popular book.
Right.
Right? There's no need to change anything. And I understand that directors or writers will change things so that you can portray whatever the feeling is in the book in a movie, like in a visual setting. Yeah. But they could have literally replicated this book and made it a movie. They could have done it instead of making it their own.
Yeah.
And they could have used a better fucking Millie.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I think the movie was exactly.
If you guys didn't catch on, we're Sydney Sweeney haters. Sorry, is what it is.
You played one character in Euphoria, and that's all you'll ever be. Sorry. There was actually one other difference. It's a small difference, but when they go to dinner for Showdown, the show that they go to see, they go to dinner, and Nina's calling both of them at dinner.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that Andrew talks to her on the phone when they're at dinner, and he makes up some lie. I don't know if that's important, but it was different.
Is it the same thing when she finds out that from like the other nanny or whatever that she's been tracking her through her phone?
That was the same, yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like most of the ballet scenes were unnecessary, but okay.
Yeah. I don't really get it.
Okay, another comment from Blank Space Jr. Okay, some of the story was a bit ridiculous, but overall a fun, campy, thrilling ride. I thought the first act, everything until Amanda Seyfried gets kicked out, was taking too long to happen. But once Act 3 hits and it goes full throttle, I was eating my metaphorical popcorn and having fun with it. It reminds me of a fast food quick airport read. Amanda fucking owned this movie. She was so fun to watch in all 3 acts, both before crazy and after she was sane. I agree. Yeah, I think she made the movie.
I agree. Yeah, it would have. I don't think I would have liked the movie enough. Like, I would have liked it less if it weren't for her.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I think it was nice to see her in a different way because obviously the main role that I know her for is from Mean Girls. Yeah, for me.
She plays a lot of different characters.
She plays a lot of good, yeah.
Mamma Mia, she's like a totally different. I love
yeah, Mamma Mia.
I never watched Mamma Mia, but she was in Dear John. She's in Les Miserables.
She's in Ted.
Super long movie.
Ted 2, sorry.
Yeah. She's in some like old. Is it Letters to Julia or
Letters to Juliet?
something like that?
Yeah.
She's also in.
She barely plays like dumb. You know,
Character.
like Kate, whatever the Mean Girls character was like her one-off.
Karen.
Karen. Thank you. Which was one of her first roles.
Yeah, that was one of her first like adult roles. She's also in Jennifer's Body.
I remember that. That just was weird.
I didn't watch
Crazy.
that.
She's actually coming out in a new one too.
Yeah.
With who is it? I don't know. Testaments of Anne Lee, that's what it's called. But there was something else I had saw. She was in like a I don't know, I can't find it. Did you watch Red Riding Hood? 2011. She was in that.
Yes.
Too. She played
I
Red.
did. Yeah. She's really good. She's a really good actress.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for me, she surprised me.
Yeah. No, she was great.
Another comment by the same user. I don't know if I'm being a prude, but I was happy that Amanda's character told Sydney to wear more appropriate clothing. Those boobs were out for a family household, LMAO. But did anyone notice that she stopped covering up later again? I was chuckling at that. I guess it makes sense because she started sleeping with the husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know so.
Literally, when she was coming out from trying to sleep with literally like her boobs up to her chin, I was like, you wear this like to go to bed?
How is that comfortable?
Yeah.
Literally.
And again, like it's not her house. Like she's living there, but it's not your house.
Yeah. I was like, really? There's no way people sleep in this. Like the push-up bra is doing a lot of work here. Okay?
Yeah.
And then again, more towards the end when she was torturing Andrew, where she was wearing like a really low cut, like I was like, I don't think this is necessary. You could have just put her in normal clothes.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But
That's half a Sydney Sweeney's paycheck.
sex sells, I gotta appeal to the men somehow, I guess too. A comment by a user, Dolphin Dude. I laughed so hard at I fucking love gravy. Anyone else?
Girl, I wrote that down. I was like, what the fuck is this dialogue?
Yeah.
Like she was first when she tells Andrew to pull out his teeth. And she was like, I need you to rip out your front tooth to ruin the smile that makes bitches weak. I was like, what? And then when she was smashing the thing and she's holding them up and she's like, gravy boat. I fucking love gravy. I was like, what is happening? Like, this is not good dialogue.
No.
At all.
I will say, like, for me here, it's like, okay, now we're getting to see a little bit of personality, but it was still delivered in like a very just like
it was so monotone. Like, it was just a very monotone delivery. She like was very nonchalant about everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I don't know how to say this username. PM me asses says
sounds right.
says I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would. Sydney Sweeney's acting is not very good, but I know that's not what we came to see. Seyfried and Sklenar's performances were a lot better, and I was actually more interested in their characters. I don't know if the movie was trying to be funny, but it was pretty funny. I'll take it as them not trying to take themselves very seriously. The second act felt out of place and unnecessary, but that's where the fan service is, I guess. Really enjoyed the third act, even though the exposition might have been a little heavy.
What the fuck? The second act felt out of place and unnecessary. Hello? Did you even understand what the fuck the movie was about?
If that wasn't there, then...
If that wasn't there, that would have been like, really, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It would have just cut straight to her in the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very important act.
Very important act. I agree the fan service could have been left out.
I did think it was kind of funny in places. There was one place I wrote down when Nina was getting kicked out of the house and Millie was like, do you need help packing? And she goes, oh, what?
Yeah.
I wrote...
I bet in her head she was like, you're about to fucking feed, bitch. You eat those words.
Stupid.
I put Nina going crazy over her PTA notes getting thrown out. That shit went freaking wild. Yeah. But again, Sydney didn't have much confusion or concern look in her eyes. She was just like,
she was
okay. This girl was going fucking wild on that. I thought a part that was really funny. Oh, when Nina has the knife in her hand acting crazy, and she like opens the door. I was like, this bitch is wild. Like, she freaks me out.
But again, no reaction on Millie's end.
Yeah, she's just like confused. And I'm like, I know people would be confused, but like, I feel like she's confused because she doesn't know where she's, like, what part of the movie she's in. You know?
It's like
I was you need to be confused and scared that this woman's going to fucking stab your ass.
Yeah. It's like Sydney Sweeney's just like, line. What's my line?
Got it.
And then I thought the ticket switch up. So Millie is outside and I think she had just gotten home or something like that, and because she had bought in the tickets for Nina, and Nina was like, what are you talking about? I'm supposed to be taking Cece to whatever camp. But she like runs outside and she's telling Enzo not to talk to her.
Oh yeah. I thought the whole, and I guess I don't, if this is the same as the book, I guess it's a little bit of a critique on the book too, but the whole thing about her having to keep this job or stay because of her parole, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'd be out of there finding a new job.
She was in the book still. Like, she was homeless. She had no money. The ticket confusion was a big thing as well because Nina was going to like withhold her income over the tickets. Mm-hmm. So that was also why she literally didn't have any money, so she couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was really annoyed that Millie did not shower after she had all that blood on her.
Oh yeah, she just walked around with it on.
She was like, "Okay, you're gonna stay there," champagne. And then she's just watching TV, drinking champagne. I'm like, "Bitch, go shower."
Yeah. Well, literally, you're gonna get an infection.
Yeah, her like stomach wounds are just open.
Yeah. I was like, you probably should shower and put some Neosporin on that or something.
Also, another dialogue thing when he, like right before he traps her in the attic and they're drinking champagne in the attic and he asks her, oh, how do you like it? She goes, it's really bubbly. I'm gonna go, are you fucking 10 years old? Can you not form a more complete thought? It reminded me of, have you seen the clips of Sydney Sweeney in like an interview? And she has like this bubble blower thing.
Oh yeah.
That like inflates and deflates. And it's literally her playing with it. And she goes, because they ask her like, oh, I think they asked her, what would you name it? Just like as a question. She was like, I think its name should be Bob. I think it looks like a Bob.
What the fuck?
She's like, yep, it looks like Bob.
Yeah.
I've never seen
it.
It
reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's like her trying to have a personality.
Yeah.
It's really nothing.
It's like, I'm so quirky and funny that all I can think of is Bob.
Yeah. It reminds me of like when people make fun of like millennial cringe.
Yeah.
Like back then when millennial cringe, when they try to be funny, that's what she reminds me of.
This has turned into a Sydney Sweeney roast.
I thought
whatever, she'll never be on this pod.
After the ballet scene or the dinner scene or whatever, when she gets all those Millie messages from Nina and she like runs to his room.
Oh God.
I was like, when Millie goes to Andrew's room to say she couldn't get fired and he's supposed to wipe her tears. Girl, what tears? There's no tears dropping down this girl's face.
There's no tears there. Okay, I have one last comment by J1E2F. as big and strong as that dude was, he would have totally broken down that door if he was angry enough to get out. Someone's replied. This is what I was thinking the whole time. Strongest door award.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with the type of lock. Because it was a key lock. Those are not as easy as like a regular whatever lock.
I think also, maybe it said it in the book too, the way the door swings is important because like if it swings outward, it's easier to kick in. But if it swings inward, you have the door frame.
He's pulling it towards himself.
Yeah. So the door frame is in the way. So to kick it, you'd have to literally bust through the middle of the door rather than the hinges.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he could have done that, but I don't think he would have gone through it. And also, too, the door is supposed to be like pretty fucking strong in the book.
Okay.
That was a really nice house, though.
It was. Yeah, very beautiful. Probably expensive as shit.
His den was cool, too. I liked his little den room where they...
Oh, like the movie room?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Nice. A little too much stairs for my liking, but, you know.
Yeah.
Each their own. When would you guys have dipped if you were Millie?
When she was going fucking crazy with the fucking notes, the first scene that you see Nina going crazy, I'd been like, okay, no, absolutely not. And if that wasn't enough, when she was holding the knife, which was the next
held
scene.
out until the knife scene. If I see blood, I'm not sticking around.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. For me, yeah.
Actually, it's fucking weird because they do it in the book too. She's wearing glasses in the interview and then she's not wearing glasses when she gets there.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was pointing out to me, like, why aren't you wearing your glasses and making a big deal of it? I'd be like, what the fuck is the issue? I have contacts.
Yeah. Well, then she's like, I have contacts, and she's like looking in her eyes.
Yeah, she's like, I don't see them.
Oh my God, she played her so well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ratings. So I have averages here. IMDb average rating is 6.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has a 75% and Fandango has a 92%.
It's pretty high.
It is pretty high. Lauren.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was fine. I feel like it pretty much was the book. I just think literally had they switched out Sydney Sweeney, I would have probably given it like a, I mean, depending on the actress, a higher rating. And had they followed the book a little closer on the smaller details, especially Enzo's story, I would have given it more as well.
Mm.
But yeah, it was like a little better than mid. I won't watch it again though.
There's sequels to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's a big part of the next two.
So
Yeah.
I feel like they wouldn't make a sequel.
Movie.
I think they are making.
I think they're going. They're going.
I think
to.
it should just be a standalone.
I think they, and especially too with how well it did.
Yeah,
Like,
and how they ended it.
I think they're gonna make more.
Is there 2 more?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are the other titles? The Housemaid's Secret or something?
The Housemaid's Secret and The Housemaid is Watching.
Oh, okay.
Well, and there's the Housemaid Wedding.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Oh,
It's
that
a-
was like the
It's like a novella.
yeah.
But
short
again,
story.
Millie's character is the focal point of all of those.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be Sydney Sweeney.
Guys, listen, it did well. 75%
And
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Enzo's definitely more in number 3. He plays a huge role in number 3, obviously. But in number 2, when you get to the twist, he's a big part of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Your rating?
A 7. I really liked Amanda Seyfried. Like, she made the movie for me. I was laughing every time she was on screen. I was like, this girl's fucking hilarious. It's something that there's some details that I wish they would have kept. And I don't like the first act, so I can't give it any higher, but it's fine. Like, it is what it is. I wonder if I would feel the same if I hadn't read the book.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I would like it more if I didn't read the book.
Yeah. I'll give it a 7.5, and I think that's because I didn't read the book.
Mm-hmm.
I went into watching this with very little expectations, but I liked it more than I thought. But I think, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I contribute that more to Freida's story, like as it being a thriller mystery versus like anything else. Because besides Amanda, the acting was subpar. And then I don't know, going into the movie, I didn't know about the differences from the book, so I enjoyed most of what it was. But yeah, Act 1, meh. Fan service in Act 2, meh. But everything else, pretty good.
I think it was, again, attributing to Freida, like a very original movie compared to like most movies that are out that aren't like big movies. So I think that that's also why it did well, because there isn't really a movie similar to it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be plain in a sense. Her writing is very simple and to the point. So all these movies that they're adapting, like I'm really interested to see Verity when it comes out. Oh wait, that's not her. That's fucking Colleen Hoover.
Yeah, I do.
I'm still interested to see that one though, because that's like her only thriller.
Yeah.
You did read that?
I did read it.
Oh, you did.
I really liked it. Yeah, well, different author. What is another Freida book that they're making? I thought they were making
The Tenant.
Oh, I don't like that
And
one.
maybe the
Teacher.
coworker or the teacher. I liked the teacher.
I like the teacher.
The teacher had a pretty big, very big twist to me.
Yeah.
I think the coworker, they said something about it. I don't know if it was a TV show or something. Not everything needs to be an adaptation. But.
Yeah. True.
But again, her writing is so simple and it keeps you. Almost all of her books have 3 acts in them.
Yeah.
And
there's usually always 2 twists, right? I think that's
there's
what you
like
told me.
always 2 twists. So her movies are going to be pretty straight to the point.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of, I've never read a Harlan Coben, I think his name is, book, but he, like all of the limited series for him are on Netflix. Like, what is one? He has like a ton of adaptations on Netflix that are limited series. And I feel like that's kind of what they're going to do with Freida, but with movies. Like, just keep making them.
That makes sense. I mean,
Just
they're
gonna keep
popular
writing
enough.
books.
Yeah. And like you said, the writing is so... It's simple yet interesting that it's going to be easy to adapt, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I don't think I would watch this again, but
No.
I enjoyed it for what it was for watching it the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
One
I think
only.
that, it was good enough. You don't have to read the book. Like, it was fine.
Okay. I will
The book is better.
read
but-
the other ones before the
book is
movies
better.
run. Yeah. It always is. Most of the time. Yeah. Yeah. Any last comments or thoughts? Okay.
Nope.
If you watched and or read The Housemaid, let us know what you think. Did you enjoy the movie or the book more?
The book, do you remember what you gave the book? I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
gave it a 5-star. I really liked that book. Let me look though.
I think I gave it a 5-star as well. Because it was I think that was my favorite Freida book. That and The Teacher were my favorite Freida books, I think.
Yeah. I gave it a 5-star. I gave The Housemaid Secret a 4.5. Did I give the
still
third
pretty
one
high.
a 5? And I gave the third one a 5. I like
Wow.
the third one.
Oh.
But,
haven't read
it's first 1, 3, and 2 for me.
Gotcha.
And then I gave the short story, I think, like a 2. It was so bad. It's 70 pages of you didn't need to write that, ma'am.
She's like, let's see how much more I can squeeze out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And any other thoughts that you have about this movie? And
What about Sydney Sweeney? Let us know your thoughts.
Are you a lover or are you a hater?
Women opinion is only.
That part.
I don't care about the men's opinions on Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. True.
Unless you're going to talk about her acting skills only.
Then I don't care.
Only.
All right. And then we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Good night.
Grand Rising.